FOC orders are due just around the corner, so let's take a look at my top 10 FOC comic spec picks due this Monday, July 31st, 2023. And of course, if you see anything you like from DC and Lunar, you're going to want to get those in by end of day Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Without further ado, let's get started. And first up, we have a facsimile edition of the first appearance of Penguin, and his Detective Comics number 58. Again, it is a facsimile edition. So there we go, at number 10. Number 9 is Fallen Friend number 1, second print, 25 copy incentive. Now, I know that Ms. Marvel is already back as the New Mutant, but anytime there is a second print, 1 for 25 copy, generally they spike right after release, or right at release. So if you can get it for a round ratio, then you might be able to flip it that same day or the day after. I probably try to do the same day, because a lot of these I've seen, they'll go for like $60, $75 the day of. Literally the next day you're getting them for like $30. So that's just something to keep an eye out if that's something you're interested in. Alright, number 8, we have Daredevil number 1. So this one is maybe a little bit of my own bias here, because I love Daredevil. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, if you saw some of my earlier ones, you'd know that, I covered that Daredevil run by Chip Zdarsky. And this one is actually by Saladin Ahmed, who did the Miles Morales run a couple years ago, I think from 18 to 2022. And 2018 to 2022, not issues. He did issues 1 through 42 of that one, which I think was all of them. So he had all those spec picks. Those new appearances, the Billy Morales, the clone, his own clone saga, things like that. So he's got a lot of experience writing good story that does turn into some spec. But then you have Aaron Kruder doing the art, so I'm excited for that. And this particular cover right here is the John Romita Jr. cover, and I believe it is the cover A. So it happens to be pretty sweet. But it is a $7 book. So does it say how many pages it is? No. 7's a little pricey. Honestly, some of these you might be able to find in a little bit on eBay for like $3.99 with free shipping. Just be careful, because a lot of people will ship those media mail, and sometimes you have to. I've had that only happen to me once, but you have to go to the post office, pay the extra shipping for them to give it to you. So, but with this Daredevil number 1, I did want to tell you about the Frank Miller variant. This is a 1 for 100, and I do think that might be why. I think it's a $7 book. It's supposed to be like a really important book, because they have a 1 for 100, and then there was a really nice 1 for 25, but I just didn't put that here. But alright, so that was number 8. Moving on to number 7, we have Unstoppable Doom Patrol, and it says, "Who is Meta Woman?" And so now we're either going to get her origin, because it says "Who is," but it also says "Enter Meta Woman," so I'm assuming it's her first appearance. But yeah, Unstoppable Doom Patrol, number 5, first appearance or origin of Meta Woman. That was my number 7, so let's keep moving along to number 6. And that is Moon Knight City of the Dead, number 1, the second print. So it is the debut of the new Scarlet Scarab. So you got a first appearance. But this is not why this book is my number 7. It is because of there's a second printing, 1 for 25. But as opposed to the Ms. Marvel Death, you have a first appearance, and so it's a second print incentive of a first appearance, and that just gives it, by nature, better spec than the other books that we've had. But that's really all there is to that one. So let's just move on to number 6. And we have Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance. I think it's just Wolverine 36, yeah. Regular Wolverine 36. Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance is like the kind of, not run, but like, I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, so there's a new character, the Helverine, which I just think looks pretty badass. So that might be something that you want to look into. I'm excited to learn about the character, but I don't know if I'm going to spend $4 to get this first appearance and read it. I'll probably just Google it or something like that and check that and read it. But before I get into my top 10, or I'm sorry, my top 5, I did want to remind you, I do have my PayPal and my Venmo in the description of the video. If you wanted to support the channel, that would be really awesome. And if you leave a message with your support, either in PayPal or Venmo, I will go ahead and read it in my next video. So, and I actually haven't checked my PayPal and my Venmo since I started saying that part about the messaging this week. So I apologize, but I will actually go ahead and check it out when I'm done recording. And if there were any, then I'll go ahead and put that in at the end here. So anyway, thank you anyway for, like, comment, subscribe, and watching these videos. That really helps me out as well. So here we go with number 5. Oh, sorry. I wanted to before we get to number 5, I wanted to the reason this threw me off is because it's not really like a spec pick, because this wasn't, I didn't think, not as crazy and great as I thought it was going to be. But this relates to, I just released a kind of like an early look video, which not a lot of people watched, but the people who watched it watched almost the entire thing. So that's pretty cool. Which I'd rather have that, honestly. I'd rather have fewer people watching my stuff who like watching the whole, like all of it and the information, than get a bunch of people who watch like a minute or two. So anyway, this is the George Perez variant that I mentioned in there. So if you were interested, here you go. It is pretty awesome. This looks just like it's out of the 90s, especially the 90s cartoon show that I used to watch, especially with the little tail things on the boots. So, alright, now we can move on to number 5. And we have Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2, number 3. And this is my, as the heiress, this is the first appearance of Bo-Katan Kryze in comic books. And I did check, it is the first appearance of Koska Reeves, and it is the first appearance of Max Woves. So you got the first appearance of these Mandalorians in comic books. So you got 3 first appearances in one book. Normally that would spike things, but I think Star Wars spec is kind of taking a backseat here, and you'll see why. Trust me, the ones coming up are definitely worth it. But we have number 3 right here with the Incredible Hulk, number 3. And with Nick Klein doing the cover. But this one is actually the possible first appearance of Brother Deep, and a possible first appearance of the Mother of All Horrors, which is kind of cool. So just, keep that in mind. I know it's possible, but I put it up here because if it does hit, Hulk spec almost always jumps up at 2-3x. So it is worth it to be up here. And then number 2, we have Deadpool Batter Blood, number 3, and it is the first appearance of Venompool. So, just a new symbiote, and those generally get some decent traction. So that's number 2. But number 1 is Amazing Spider-Man, number 31, the second print, and it has Mary Jane is Jackpot on the cover, and this is just a really cool cover. But also, naturally, they have the ASM 300 McFarlane homage, la 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 la. So anyways, there's my number one. This one is a 25 copy incentive, and it's First Prince of Mary Jane. It's jackpot, so I think this one probably has the best shot at getting you, if you can get close to that ratio value to make some money off of it. So that's my number one spec pick for the week. Amazing Spider-Man number 31, second print, the 1 for 25 incentive scan variant, which is a ASM 300 Omar. Alright everybody, that's going to go ahead and do it for me in this video about my top 10 FOC comic spec picks for orders due next Monday, July 31st, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this book, and if you did, if you could please smash that like button, destroy that subscribe button, and clackety clack in the comments down below. Also consider supporting this channel with my PayPal and my Venmo links, both in the description. I also have my Whatnot. You can follow me on there, and I have my eBay. If you want to get a few comic books or collectible cards for your not donation, but for your dollar. That would all be great. And I have my Instagram. You can follow me on there. But for those of you who made it this far, I want to say thank you. And I got a couple of other videos right here you could check out if you're interested. But other than that, I will let you guys go. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, bye.